Once you get outside with live cam, it's just brutal. It's warm. So be prepared if you're going outside, or just stay in.
It was my imagination, perhaps, just from the heat. But just looking out over our parking lot, it felt as though you could see the heat. It was it almost felt like it was raining. It was so humid and hot.
Or maybe you're just delirious from the heat. I don't know.
I don't know. You might be right.
Really, I tell you, walk outside and it's like walking into a sauna is what it feels like almost. Let me show you what's going on up in Seattle. Look at that number, 53 right now. The Pacific Northwest is enjoying some incredible temperatures. 57 Cut Bank, 58 in Portland. It makes us a little jealous, not gonna lie. Even New York City's at 76, we'd take that. But the heat is on here in Texas. And look at these numbers already. San Angelo, 104. They're projected to be up around 110 this afternoon. Records for them. Midland, 102. This is more of a dry heat, too, by the way. We're dealing with heat and humidity. Yeah, it's only 89, but it feels a lot hotter than that. And as we look at the excessive heat warnings, they stretch across most of the state. Heat advisories on the fringes of that. And our forecast today, 104 at 4 o'clock, 105, the high temperature. Feels like number will be anywhere between 110 and 115. And we stay hot well into the evening. Still at 90, guys, at 11 o'clock.
A veto from Governor Abbott hitting close to home for some San Antonio residents who were hoping for some safer gun laws. The governor vetoing the Ramon Najera bill. It was named for a man who was killed by 2 loose dogs in February. House Bill 4759 would have increased criminal penalties for owners of dogs considered dangerous. That dangerous dog label, it's an official designation requiring mandatory insurance, special enclosures, a muzzle in public, and signage. But that can only happen after an investigation at Animal Control. And a lot of people did not want to initiate the process because they feared retaliation from the dog's owners. So this bill would have allowed people who called in the complaint to remain anonymous. Again, however, the bill was vetoed.
A local restaurant owner's mascot stolen from the front of his business, but an air tag is the reason the giant bull is now back home. No bull. David Barquette of Taco Don Mudelito in Stone Oak says Manolo, a 50-pound, over 5-foot fiberglass bull, was stolen from his restaurant. He remembered he put an air tag inside it, and since he was out of town, his staff was able to locate the bull.
It was a very surprise. I mean, you can steal maybe an ashtray, maybe a glass, but how do you steal a 150-pound fiberglass bull?
Yeah, how do you steal that? Well, apparently this person did. After calling the police, the bull was found sitting in the front of a home on the east side. Staff was able to retrieve it and bring it back to where he belongs. And now, when the restaurant is closed, the bull gets to sit inside.
We are tracking the latest on that desperate search for a missing submarine carrying wealthy tourists and a crew that wanted to view the wreckage of the Titanic.
The sub losing contact with its anchor shipped about 900 miles off the coast of Cape Cod with 5 people on board. ABC's Rena Roy with who is on board and why hope is running low.
The desperate search continues for 5 people who were headed to get an up-close look at the Titanic shipwreck in a submersible like this one. It's now a race against the clock to find them alive. Among the missing, businessman Shahzada Daoud and his son Suleiman, renowned Titanic researcher Paul-Henri Najoulet, and Hamish Harding, a British billionaire. All paid $250,000 each for the deep-sea excursion. The submersible disappeared Sunday on what was supposed to be an 8 to 10 hour round-trip journey to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, 13,000 feet below the surface, but the sub went off the radar an hour and 45 minutes into the expedition.
There could have been an accident. It could have become entangled in the wreckage of Titanic. It could indeed have had a catastrophic failure. The answer is we don't know just yet.
Coast Guard crews from the U.S. and Canada searching an area 900 miles off the coast of Cape Cod.
It is a challenge to conduct a search in that remote area, but we are deploying all available assets to make sure that we can locate the craft and rescue the people on board.
The Titanic tourists started their expedition from Newfoundland, Canada, Friday on a ship carrying the 21-foot submersible vessel operated by OceanGate Expeditions, which offers trips to the wreckage of the Titanic.
We are taking scans of the wreck.
OceanGate says the submersible was equipped with up to 96 hours of oxygen. More than 48 hours have already passed. The company telling ABC News, "Our entire focus is on the well-being of the crew, and every step possible is being taken to bring the 5 crew members back safely." The sub is expected to rise to the surface if there are any technical issues. If it's miles underwater, experts say it will be an almost impossible feat to rescue them. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
In the past, we've seen it here, but right now there is a cricket crisis, and it's happening not here, but in western U.S. states. So many crickets right now, it is a disgusting mess just trying to clear them all out. Take a look. Millions of flightless insects known as Mormon crickets now descending in swaths on Nevada. Some of the homeowners there are using vacuum cleaners and power washers to try to clear the crickets out. But the sheer quantity of these insects on the street actually had to force the Department of Transportation in Nevada to use plows and to warn drivers of slick roads because the squashed bugs are so slippery. How gross is that? The crickets are causing widespread damage as well to crops and vegetation in the area.
They just eat because they eat everything. Anything in their path, they'll eat, including each other.
Okay, have I grossed you out enough? Okay, experts say these crickets have a 4 to 6 year cycle, then they go dormant. But for now, the cricket plague could go on in this region for years unless they are brought back under control by predators. And I guess we're one of those predators.
Yeah, they also smell like burned skin or something.
Okay, so no one's going to have lunch after they watch the news show today.
Yeah, well, just, I can't help. That's fact. Coming up, the things you can do to help keep your kids off their summertime phones.
It's a diet technique, maybe. All right, plus the milestone that Taylor Swift achieved after performing in Pittsburgh over the weekend.
Hello, everyone. These are your top headlines from Cheddar News. Taylor Swift achieved a new milestone with her Eras Tour show in Pittsburgh Saturday. The pop superstar broke the attendance record for the city's Acrisure Stadium. 73,117 fans attended the show. That's the largest audience in the stadium's history. The previous record was held by Garth Brooks. Meanwhile, Europe's Airbus secured the largest plane deal in history. Indian budget carrier Indigo is ordering 500 narrow-body jets, making it the biggest ever aircraft order by number. Both airlines preparing for a significant increase in regional travel demand. That agreement comes after intensive negotiations. And Apple is seeking intellectual property rights over their depictions of apples in Switzerland. The tech giant's attempts to secure that trademark in the country dates all the way back to 2017 when they applied to the Swiss Institute of Intellectual Property for their rights to the realistic black and white image of the Granny Smith apple. That case is currently in court. And that's your Cheddar News Update. I'm Baker Machado coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
California officials have not given up on hoping to find an actor who disappeared last winter while hiking.
David Daniel has more on that and more news in today's Hollywood Minute.
The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department has resumed searching the Mount Baldy wilderness for Julian Sands. The British actor and experienced hiker vanished 5 months ago in the mountains northeast of Los Angeles. A Sheriff's Department statement says some parts of the region still have 10 feet or more of ice and snow, hampering search efforts. Sands, 65, is best known for the films A Room with a View and Warlock.
Nobody make sudden move. Get on down. Hurry up.
Director Anthony Mandler's new western Surrounded begins with a flurry of action before stranding Jamie Bell's dangerous outlaw and Letitia Wright's freedom-seeking ex-soldier together on the desolate frontier.
Characters are brought into things very fast and then things slow down. and two people that are really on the opposite sides of a story start to realize how much they have in common and how much their trauma is shared. And when all the yelling and shouting and gunplay calms down, you start to see that really in a landscape we share more than we think.
Surrounded debuts today on digital platforms. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
We're keeping an eye on live cam right now just because we're watching the temperature go up. So it's 92 right now, and you're saying it's still going to be in the 90s at late tonight?
Oh, yeah, probably through about 9 o'clock. It stays in the 90s. It takes us a while to really cool down these days. Of course, tomorrow is the summer solstice, so we officially head into summer, but it's felt like summer for basically all of June. So far today, 89. The average is 93. The record, though, 103 set back in 1996. I think that probably gets beat today, and we're going to have a lot of heat coming up. We're also going to look at the tropics. We've got another developing system we need to talk about that's coming up.
It is a challenge year-round, but especially over the summer. Kids may spend a lot of time watching screens to occupy themselves.
And while devices and other screens may have a place in a child's life, health experts say too much too soon can lead to problems.
Screen time, when it is excessive, can impact sleep, it can impact physical activity, and most recently, the clearest evidence is really looking at the impact of excessive screen time on youth mental health.
To help limit screen time for your kids, set screen-free zones. Make a commitment to having no devices at dinner. That goes for parents as well. Encourage kids to be active, play inside or outside when it's not brutal heat.
And when it comes to screen time for younger kids, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that children under 18 months old should avoid screen time except for video chatting. That's hard to do. Children between 18 and 24 months should be limited to watching educational programming with a caregiver. And children 2 to 5 years old should be limited to about 1 hour every day. God, that's hard to do.
Yeah, I'm sure it is for a lot of. So earlier this morning, I was having a discussion with Justin and Sarah Spivey. We were talking about temperature, heat, humidity, and heat index versus just temperature and no humidity. A very interesting discussion, Justin.
We wouldn't be complaining we wouldn't be yakking so loud if it weren't so humid.
Well, but
it's all a trade-off because as high as this big and strong as this high pressure is over Mexico, if we didn't have the humidity that we have, we'd probably be looking at record temperatures every day. And we had a record yesterday and today, but I think it would be even hotter. We'd be challenging all-time record highs, 111, 110, if not for the humidity. But because we have the humidity, yes, temperatures stay down a little bit, but the heat index jumps up. It's all a trade-off. Either way, it's miserable to be outside. It has everything to do with that ridge of high pressure and, yes, the humidity that's over us right now. And it's a strong ridge of high pressure. When you're looking at historically, this one ranks up there. So that's why the temperatures are as high as they are. We've got to go out to the tropics now, and we've been watching this the last several days. Brett is making its way across the Atlantic. This is unusual, too, because we have such warm Atlantic waters. We're seeing early development way out in the Atlantic. We typically do see some development this time of year, just not where it is. And Brett is starting to make its way a little bit closer to the islands. Right now, still a little bit ragged looking, but it is a tropical storm. And the latest here on Brett, winds are at 40 miles per hour, gusting to 50. It's moving west at 21. We've got a system behind that has an 80% chance of development. This likely becomes Cindy on the heels here. So this is where we're headed. This is the latest track from the Hurricane Center. And a couple things to look at here. This actually now keeps it as a tropical storm and does not strengthen it into a hurricane. That's good news for the folks in the islands here. That's likely going to reach the islands by Friday and then work towards the middle part of the Caribbean by Saturday. It's going to move into an environment that maybe isn't as conducive for development. But we definitely still need to watch this over the weekend, see where it goes from there. I think with high pressure over us, we're likely protected from any sort of tropical activity. But let's watch it. It's a little too early to say just yet where this may go. 90 at Kelly, 91 Stinson, 89 at Randolph. We've got some light easterly winds, so not a lot of a breeze to cool you down if you're going to be outside. And we mentioned the dew points. They've just been off the charts ridiculous. You get a dew point of 80. That's as high as it goes around here. I mean, that's almost record territory, honestly. That air is so very thick, so that's going to contribute to a really high heat index. That's up at Canyon Lake. 79, the dew point in Holo, 73 Burning State, 79 in Comfort. And here's what it feels like. 101 Canyon Lake. Feels like 105 Helotes, 101 Port SA, 106 Rio Medina, and these numbers only go up. 110 to 115 max heat index today. As we look across the state, we do have some storms across East Texas, just east of Houston. And you see how the flow is. We're on the edge of the high out here, so everything's moving south and east. But I think as we get into this afternoon, we could get a few storms to develop in the hill country. Try to make a run in San Antonio. Probably not going to make it here. We've seen that last couple of days. Tomorrow could be a little bit of a different story, though. I'm going to fast forward to 4 p.m. tomorrow. Storms develop in the hill country. This time, because of the way the winds are set up, I think some of these storms could indeed hold together and make their way down towards San Antonio. This is around 10 o'clock. Shows some storms. There's a threat for some severe weather here. Hail, gusty winds. Obviously, a lot of energy in the atmosphere. Something to watch tomorrow. And it has to do, again, because the high pressure scoots just a little bit further west. We get in that northwest flow, which can sometimes be good for us. But as we get back into the weekend, high pressure expands, moves back over Texas, and we're back into the dry, hot conditions. 104 tomorrow, 20% chance of storms, 100 Thursday, 100 Friday, and then we bring the temperatures back up to near 102 by Sunday and Monday, guys.
Justin, you snatched my 99-degree Friday.
Sorry.
Man, I was looking forward to that. You took it back.
Messed up your whole week.
Okay, the NBA draft 2 days away. We're going to tell you where you can go across the city to watch it live after the break. Once again, Victor Wembanyama flew to New York from Paris, and yesterday that happened. Today, he's in the Big Apple, his first stop before the NBA draft coming up on Thursday night.
He obviously is an incredible basketball player. It's been pointed out that he's not just good at all the usual aspects of the game, like scoring, rebounding, blocking shots, but he's also one of those guys who comes to town with those intangibles, things that don't show up on the stat sheet, and that is why every team in the league wanted to have him. Spurs get him. Another thing, he's only 19, and you can tell he is soaking up all the attention when he landed in New York yesterday. And he's earned it coming to the States. There was a throng of fans looking for pictures and autographs, even a guy wearing a Spurs jersey. It's only going to get bigger and better for that young guy. But first things first, he has to get drafted by the Spurs on Thursday night, make it official, and then the fun and the work will begin.
And if you want the fun part, you want a place to watch that draft happen, we have a few. The AT&T Center is even hosting an official NBA draft watch party. That event is free, but you still need a ticket to get in. The Pearl is hosting a watch party under the shade structure near the Boiler House. And of course, a lot of local bars are hosting watch parties. They include the Rue Pub, the Friendly Spot, and the Dooryard. The Dooryard? I don't know where that is. The Dooryard. I'm not cool. All right. More about these watch parties is available at KSAT12. I'm not supposed to talk too much, so our producer's mad at me.
Speaking of excitement, SA Live.
Don't feel bad. That happens to Mike all the time.
That's true. And hey, we got a great place to go to dinner and get some really good food if you want to watch that draft.
Yes, Stefan Bauer, chef from Rebel, is here, and you have a tip for cooking seafood correctly.
I do. I got a couple tips, and we got a nice recipe as well.
Okay. What is the main thing when it comes to cooking seafood?
Okay, keep it simple.
Okay.
Or KISS, and you can.
Yes.
Everybody knows what that is.
Keep it simple and simpler. So.
Yeah, keep it simple.
And we're making a really simple but tasty tuna tartare dish.
Yeah, right. And of course, the board couple has some great summer wines that pair. What?
Yes, they do. They pair great with just about anything. And thinking of great things to drink, Jen is out there at Prime.
That is right. So if you're looking for a healthier option to cool off this summer and also get all